Better than Lego. Better than Lego.
Matthew Johns is in position for a long-range shot. He's with it now, Matthew Johns. Here goes the kick from Johns.
Welcome to the John's Family Podcast for this week. How are we all? I'll answer that. They're going good. Cooper, you're down the line at Kiss FM in Melbourne. How are the Melburnians taking to Kyle and Jackie O?
Hey, Matthew. Hey, gang. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're taking them pretty well. I don't know. The ratings aren't out. Haven't seen a lot of listeners on the street, but everybody in the Melbourne offices seems to be pumped. It's really good. It's fun and having a really good time down here.
What's the weather like down in Melbourne at the moment?
It tell you right now, it's cold in the mornings. It's extremely cold in the mornings, but then it hits about 10:30, and the sun comes through the clouds like a ray of sunshine, and it becomes really beautiful, and it gets hot. I need to change into summer stuff.
Yeah, I actually love Melbourne weather. I know people bag it. I like it. I like that you get a mix.
Melbourne or Brisbane? You got to move there somewhere tomorrow. Where do you go?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking everyone.
I'm going to Brisbane.
That's a hard one. I'll go Melbourne. I'll go Melbourne.
Yeah, right. I'm going to go Brisbane. I love Brisbane. It's a city. I could live up there.
I like Brisbane.
Coops?
Do I get the tiebreaker? I'm going to go Melbourne.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Melbourne, guys. I tell you right now, I've had such a good few days catching up with all of the old teammates and the boys and the coaches. It's been good fun.
Oh, that's
Okay.
fun. How's Bellyache?
I haven't seen Bellyache yet. I think he's avoiding me. Probably feels guilty for ruining my career.
I think you did a pretty good job yourself.
No, I think I proved enough. But I've seen Jason Riles. Good to see the Riles files up here. He's really well, and obviously Harry Grant, friend of the show. I spent a lot of time with him. We did a sauna yesterday, naked sauna, which was.
I saw he's playing tennis as well.
Yeah, we went across to the little centre of excellence across there, played tennis. He beat me, actually.
I saw his serve.
Yeah, good serve. You know, it was he struggled at the start because he's not tall. So he struggles to hit it over the net off the serve.
He's powerful.
Because we've got to get that downward trajectory when you're serving in tennis. So he was having to use those little calves of his and jump to actually get to 6 foot to hit it down.
I love the way he's talking through the nuances of tennis like it's a new game.
Yeah.
Mate, it's like, who do you think you are? Was it John Newcomb or something like that? Or Beyond Bulls?
Who's John Newcomb?
John Beauty Nuke, mate, one of Australia's greatest ever tennis players. Could be the greatest.
No, I don't know.
How'd your body pull up, Cooper? Because I know doing a bit of training with you of late the last couple of months since you've retired, I know that about a kilometre in, your calves start pulling up and your hip flexor gets too tight. How'd you go playing a full game of tennis?
Yeah, calves are tight. I'll tell you right now, I don't want to tease anything too soon because it might not actually happen, but there are rumours that Cooper might be helping out a certain rugby league team down here with a bit of training this afternoon. So we'll see how.
Don't pull anything.
Don't pull anything, all right.
Is it full blow, Coop, or is it are you going to be wearing the medical shirt?
Red bib.
Yeah.
Oh, I think a red bib will probably be put on, and if anyone runs at me, I'll be getting out of the way. Which I did anyway.
I wouldn't want a red bib, Coop, because I think that'll just make people target you even more.
That's the old thing in rugby league. If people don't know, when you're injured, you put a red bib on so no one runs at you hard or tackles you. But unfortunately, we are instinctually drilled into us that red like a bull means charge. So Nelson Asofa Solomona used to just charge over everyone who had red bibs on.
Well, that's the old thing, Coop. Red's the most marketable colour because we're attracted to it. Macca's background.
Hello.
Red.
Oh. Bag of red.
Yeah.
Well, same with
red by
a couple of
accident
things. Companies in the fitness industry went from a certain colour to red.
I know
For
the
that
one.
reason, yeah. Coal.
What about lipstick? Like red lipstick?
How much do you wear?
Every time I wear red lipstick, everyone comments on my teeth, how white my teeth are.
Oh, white.
Just the contrast.
Well, that's what Buffalo Bill put red lipstick
Friend of the
on.
show.
In
Friend of the show.
Yeah, great fella. Oh, mate, who the Storm got this week? Now they got the Sharks, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got the Shark top of the table clash.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, okay, I'm just having a look at the team here. We might talk about it a little bit later, but Storm versus Sharks, Cooper Johns, red bib, helping out with the training. Cannot get enough on the Sharks.
Yeah.
Cannot get enough on the Sharks. How's your week? Tell you what, I had quite an episode yesterday. I was
Oh,
in,
you've had a few episodes.
I was in the city at a place. Anyway, I'm in a shop and I hear this sort of scream, and I turn around. This woman goes, "Oh my God, it's you!" And I'm thinking, "Oh my God, low standards. Oh, it's you, it's you. Oh my God, can I get a photo?" And she started saying to other people in the shop, "Can we get a photo? Can you take the photo?" I'm going, "Oh my God, how embarrassing is this?" And the other people are going, "Oh my God, who is this person?" And I'm going, "Okay, yep." Anyway, she kept talking, and yeah, mate, what about that? Yeah, it's great. So I go for a bit of a walk around. Next minute, I can see she's tailing me, and I'm going, "Oh no!"
Stalker.
Sounds like Baby Reindeer.
And I'm going, "Oh no, what's going on here?" And then and I turn. I'm sort of walking around a little bit. Next minute, 5 minutes later, I run into her again. She goes, "Oh, God, we keep running into each other." I'm going, "Yes, we do. We certainly do." She goes, "Oh, can I just show you? I'll put it up on my Instagram. Can I show you?" And I'm going, "Oh, if we must." And she holds it up. She goes, "Oh, my God, I just met the wonderfully friendly Andrew Johns." And I'm going,
That happens to you so much.
That does happen a lot. You don't even look that.
You do not look the same. I've been with Matt and someone's come up. It's embarrassing. He just plays along with it. I die.
Tell you what, did you see your brother had a nasty incident? He's over surfing in the Cook Islands.
Doesn't he work?
That's an excellent question. What sort of person, like seriously,
Mid-season just goes off.
just mid-season goes away on a surfing trip? Shame on you. And, like, I love the fact that he's in the Cook Islands at a 5-star resort, like basically troweling for sympathy off people. "Oh, look at that. I fell off on a surfboard and cut my hand on the reef." Shame on you. Shame on you.
Must be good surf.
Don't want to get that infected. Hope you took antibiotics with him.
Oh, yeah,
Mate,
the old reef rash.
He
Bad.
went surfing Fiji in the off season. He gave me a ring a couple of days later. He reckons he had one of those life experiences where he thought he was going to die.
Yeah,
He got held under the water for over a minute, and he says he was panicking very hard.
But if you're
Yeah,
panicking
add a
that
little
hard,
bit of salt to it.
wouldn't you not go again?
Oh well,
Really?
Mate, he's the 8th immortal. He does what he wants to. Mate.
Guys, this is my issue with like surfers saying I was held under for a minute. Who's counting? Who's
Excellent
counting when you're
question. Excellent question, Cooper. I mean, when Andrew says he nearly drowned, basically he put his head down, basically under the bath for about 10 seconds. So, oh, that was a close call. Oh, mate, fair income. Just grow up for a second, will you, mate? What else is going on?
Take care of
Oh,
yourself.
mate, I have a little look around. Did you watch the Tom Brady roast the other day, Cobber?
I didn't get a chance to see it. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Well, I've heard people blowing up. Kim Kardashian did something.
Mate, there was a lot. She got a bit of hate.
Yeah.
She
What
was getting
did she
booed.
say?
No, it wasn't necessarily what she said. She got up there and people just started booing her.
Just don't like her.
There was a good joke against her. Someone said, "Oh, Kim was very." She was frightened to be here tonight. Great to see her here. Not because she's attending, but because she's got to leave the kids home with Kanye. There are actually some quite good ones.
I think
on
kids
there.
are out of.
What are some of the beauties?
yeah.
Well, Gronk
Not
got
allowed
hammered
to
a few times, people calling him dumb. Someone said, it's great to see Gronk take some time out of his day from writing Santa letters to coming here tonight, which I thought was quite good.
Right.
There was a good one. Julian Edelman did my favourite one. He goes, Tom, or as I like to call him, Leonardo DiCaprio's ex's girlfriend's ex-husband.
They did go out.
They went pretty hard at him.
She went out with quite a few fellas.
Who's that with?
Giselle, Kelly Slater.
that female comedian, I forgot her name. She was
Nikki
the one
Glazier.
that apparently she stole the show. And I watched a video this morning, and she got up and said, "Tom, you have one of the best diets in the whole world, and people follow it, they lose weight, and if you follow it diligently enough every day for a long period of time, you can lose weight and lose your whole family."
Yeah. She actually got up there too when she first got up. She goes, "Great to see Tom. Such a legend, such a champion. He's won 7 rings. Oh, well, 6 after Jazelle gave hers back."
Very good. There was a funny one about Robert Kraft. Apparently, it's the only thing you got the shits about.
Well, no, I think he was playing along. People were saying,
Who's Robert
He's
Kraft?
just a bit awkward. Like Tom looks like he's a little bit of a bit awkward. Like
Yeah,
he got up there and
I
was
think
trying to
he's
make a
awkward.
joke about it. Like
Yeah.
he was.
I was
trying
talking to someone who knows him quite well. I spoke to him, and I said, "What's he like?" And they said, "Boring."
Yeah,
They
you
said
can see
boring
that.
in a nice way.
But
boring.
There was lots of jokes about that. Like they were all saying how boring he was. Like I think half of Gronk's jokes were about how boring he was.
It'd be interesting
But
to
is
see.
that because he's so focused? focus on what he wants on his playing.
Some would say focused
was
is
it.
boring.
Yeah, well, I agree.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
Totally preoccupied with himself.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning was good. He said, "My sons refer to going to the bathroom as going for a Brady." Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, taking a shit, I think.
A shit, Trishy.
God, it sounds like a pretty lowbrow type of
That's-
roast.
yeah.
It was good. We're avoiding. There was actually some pretty controversial stuff. We're avoiding the big ones. There's a couple with OJ. Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah. So you know, the other day on one of the shows, I called AJ Brimson AJ Simpson.
No, you did not.
It slipped out.
Well,
I
accidentally.
just went,
Well,
yeah.
that's because
I
you've
said
been-
he's a very God. I tell you what, I said, they might have to find a place in the Queensland squad for AJ Simpson. And someone went, what? And I went, oh, sorry, Brimson.
No, well, it is similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
I am SON.
Have you seen any of the other roasts over the years, Cobber?
Yeah, saw there was one of them that was a beauty. That they went Rob Lowe, the Rob Lowe one.
Yeah, that was good.
Was hardcore. That was very, very good.
Mate, there was a good one. Trump's done one. Trump
yeah.
did a big one. And then
Alec Baldwin?
Baldwin did one.
Yeah,
Jeez,
he got hammered.
Yeah, he got. You can imagine if they did one today, he might get hammered a few more times.
Hey, can I ask, Jack, what's the appeal of the roast? Is it just like, do they promote something for them? Like, why
I
do
think
people
that
even
it's a
do the roast?
money-making.
Yeah, it's a
venture
money.
for them.
It's definitely a money-making thing. I think it gets a lot of views, but I think in a lot of ways, like think about the people that have done it. I think it's a bit of a PR stunt. Like I'd say, like they get pushed by their PR agency or whoever it is to encourage to do it because it's an opportunity to make yourself kind of liked.
Yes.
Because if you get
Common man.
yeah, if you're getting hammered and you can make a joke of it or laugh it off or whatever, like Justin Bieber did one, and that probably did him a few favors.
Well, that's right, self-deprecation.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Get to yourself first for everyone else does.
Well, that's the thing. And I remember Ron Burgundy came out for his one. He came out for this one as well, and was giving it to him for purchasing a. He must have done a concert overseas, and he purchased a monkey that he called O'Malley. Very Michael Jackson of Justin Bieber.
That's very Michael Jackson.
Shout out to Bubbles. We haven't talked about Bubbles for a while.
It's been a while. I saw a photo of him the other day.
Yeah. Angry chimp.
Angry chimp.
Yeah.
He'd have seen a lot of shit that chimp.
I don't think he's going good.
Nah, I'd say a lot of dodgy people in that in the Neverland Ranch. What appeared as such a happy, fun place. Now, I mean, God knows what they're going to find in Disneyland when it shuts down.
Did they, Neverland, did they dismember it, per se?
What, cut its penis off?
Like just break it down.
Oh, I don't know. No, it got sold.
Yeah, but
Someone bought it. Yeah, no, I think it's still intact.
Yeah, it's been rebranded.
What do they call it, Coop?
Wet and Wild.
Wet and wild. Or wild and wet. Interesting one coming out just for people. Oftentimes we reference books or things to have a look out for. If you enjoy your sport and you enjoy a bit of your history, there's a book coming out on the great George Best, the Northern English soccer player, one of the greatest of all time, who played for Manchester United, won European Cups and Ballon d'Ors as best player in the world. He's got a book called, there's a book on his trips to Down Under called George Best Down Under. He came to Australia 4 times, visited and played between 1967 and 1990. They reckon the last time in 1990. Each time he came out was different. In 67, when he came out, he was right at his pomp and he didn't need to drink. He was sort of drunk on adulation. Second time he came out, he was just getting into the piss in the 70s. 87, he came out totally sober. They said, and you saw him wrestling with it. In 1990, he just came out and just let it go. They were booking dinners for 500 people, and Georgie Boy just wouldn't turn up.
Wow.
Played for the Brisbane Lions.
What?
In 67. Played for the Brisbane Lions. It was a Brisbane Lions soccer team back then.
Right.
And he played here. Played for the DY Lions.
Really?
Yeah, played a number of games here. In fact, just around the corner from our place, there's a George Best Way in DY.
Wow.
So there you go. Yeah, so look out for it. A couple of famous George Best quotes. I spent it because he was a huge drinker, huge womanizer. Who isn't? Sorry, I forgot Trish was here. Just having a laugh. I spent a lot of money on booze, birds, and fast cars, and the rest I just squandered. In 1969, I gave up women and alcohol. It was the worst 20 minutes of my life. And I used to go missing a lot. Miss Canada, Miss UK, and Miss World.
Oh, my God.
Rest in peace.
I hope he was an oil painting.
Oh, he was a good-looking fella.
An oil painting.
Yeah.
I've never heard that
mate.
before.
Have you heard that before?
No, expand for me.
Like a fine piece of work.
Oh, right, okay.
So after he sort of left Manchester United and he bumped around, he went and played for Tampa Bay in the MLS when Franz Beckenbauer and Pelé were at New York. And he said he was in a room. He's going out with Miss World at the time. He said he's in bed with Miss World. He had a win at the casino. He's got money all over the bed, and he orders 2 of the most expensive bottles of champagne. The young concierge comes in, opens up the door, and goes, "Oh, George, where did it all go wrong?"
Oh, Matthew.
Is that meant to be a joke?
Well, he uses it to say he's got the money there, and this kid was speaking purely from from a soccer's perspective. He's rich. He's going out with Miss World, and he goes, "Where did it all go wrong?"
Cooper, your take?
Yeah, I didn't know Jack Johns' mind went into Dad's body, did it?
Yeah, I'm still struggling with that.
Oh, that means you're boring, Cobber.
Yeah, well,
Some people just don't get the jokes, I suppose, don't get irony.
Oh, well, next week we've got the Magic Round gig.
yeah. We've got one more show before then.
We've got one more show before then.
Yeah.
Yep. See, if you've noticed, we're wearing the same kit again today.
Oh, my
And
God.
I'll be wearing it again next week.
What are you wearing to Magic Round?
I don't know. I don't know.
Singlet. I'm wearing a bin 10 singlet.
Are ya?
You haven't even got one.
I'm going to buy one.
I
at
bet
the
you
airport.
did Fletchy.
I wonder if we should all wear outfits for it. Like we have a sort of matching sort of thing going on.
Mate, great idea. Guys, you're leaving from Melbourne to go up there. We're all going to go fancy dress. So see you at Lefties.
You low bastard. Hey, can I just, before we move on, unless anyone else goes, I just want to give a quick shout out to Felice Kafusi for having his last haircut over the weekend. We've talked a lot about hairlines lately, but Felice took it to the next level, pushing the hairline back about 1.5 meters. He's got like a bullet now, like some sort of back mullet, and that's it. I don't know if you saw it over the weekend.
Yeah, I've never seen one quite like it, and it's circular. You know, it was actually like he's proper tapered it off to the sides. It was interesting.
Circular, doesn't that have like
Circles.
a name when you've got like a circle on top of your head, like a
Smother.
No, it's like a
Smother brother.
Isn't it like a Padres thing or a?
Interesting.
Did you see?
Story.
Yeah,
Now
okay.
Jack's brain's gone into Trisha's brain.
Hey, my brain's not working. I'm still coming out of anaesthetic.
I'm taking it as a massive compliment. Did you see what his response was when questioned about it in the post game? He actually said,
what is that?
"Well, it looks like me and the family will be taking a trip to Turkey in the off season."
Oh, did he?
Everyone, Turkey, mate.
Hey,
Lodgy.
Lodgy's just they should actually there should be a marketing campaign around Lodgy because it looks good. And
He's the best I've seen.
it's the best I've seen.
Seriously think we should get a sponsor on board if anyone's listening, and we do like a charter flight where you can pay a package, and we'll take all these NRL of sporting people who have horrible hairlines, him, Tom Trebojevic, Daly Cherry Evans, and we'll take them over to Turkey and we'll get them plugged up. And Dad as well. Obviously.
No, I don't need it. I got a new haircut today, and I must say, big thank you to Julian, who's a Colombian up at. I found a place at the mall to get a haircut because my man I usually get a haircut with, he took Monday, Tuesday off, and I said, "You snooze, you lose." So shout out to Julian, the Colombian, cut the hair, and I must say, did a pretty fine job. If you stripped about 10 years off.
Really? Shout out to Advanced Studios. Yeah.
Dad, can I ask, how much does that haircut cost you?
Be honest.
Yeah.
Cost me $30.
Oh, that's actually better than you've been paying.
Yeah. Well,
been
I
robbed
always
previously.
sling him a bit of a tip, and it was Julian's first go, so I just paid what I had to, and of course with a GST on top, and that was about it.
Julian must have been the highest paid barber per strand of hair he had to cut that day in probably the world.
Yeah. Well, guess what, mate? Let's just see how you're going in about 15 years' time.
Hello. Oh no, he's got hair to share.
Oh,
that lad.
really? Well,
Yeah, both of these boys. They've got my families. Well, actually, and potentially yours. Your June.
Yeah, June. My grandmother
Yeah,
used to
she
be
had
able to-
very thick.
She used to be able to take in. Well, this is going to sound really creepy. She used to turn the lights off and then take her dressing gown off, and when the dressing gown rubbed against her hair, sparks would come off. That's how thick her hair was.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Where?
Might have been her slip.
Tell me the circumstances
Now it's
in
getting
which
creepy.
the lights were off and she was taking her dress off.
Yeah, well, she would just do it to say, "Boys, have a look at this. Lights off," and then go, just run something out. Maybe she didn't take her dress off. Maybe just ran something over her head, and you would see sparks. So you've got that hair. See, Jack Johns, mate, honestly, your hair is just like... I don't reckon you even need gel. I reckon you just get pliers and pull it into shape.
Oh, thanks, man. I just don't know if that's going to be practical.
And we don't have pliers. Hey, can I give one more shout
Keep
out
asking
to
for
someone?
permission. Just butt in. It never stopped you before.
Someone who's in the room. I asked him for permission to do it before this, but it's a sad time for the family podcast. Those who have been listening for years, guys, it's Gavin. It's producer Gav's last show on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, Gav.
I'll save
We
that
are
for the
sad,
end, for the big
Gav.
farewell. But Cooper, yep.
Well,
Gav.
we can do a big farewell at the end. I just wanted to make sure the people who are usually people switch off after 10 minutes because they're sick of jack shit. So I just wanted to make sure he gets a plug at the start as well.
Now, Gav hasn't got the headphones on today. So, Gav, Cooper just paid tribute to you. Now, of course, Gav, for people who wants to know, is returning to the Ray Hadley show. Oh, you're a sucker for punishment, Gav. Truck in the gorge, Ray. Truck in the gorge.
Oh, we're going to miss him very much.
Yeah, we'll miss
I
you, Gav.
particularly.
Yeah, I'll miss our morning meetings and our late night cigarette smoking and calling each other in the middle of the night, mate. I'll miss it a lot.
Yeah. And what are you doing calling Trish in the middle of the night all the time? And, and that massage you gave her, honestly, there's nothing weird about that. Now, we might take a break. On the return, we'll do Matt's RedHot Question. Welcome back to the Johns Family Podcast. Tricia, you've had quite a week.
I have, Matthew, and you provided vast entertainment for me. I had a little hospital visit for this ankle. Firstly, it felt like I was
Clubfoot's back.
No,
CF.
Anyway, whatever.
Vegas has really hung over our heads this year, hasn't it?
Your head.
Well, I didn't
Has
even
it
go, and I feel like.
affected you?
Well, don't you worry. It's affected me.
I had a ball.
You did? I know you did.
Just because the most important thing is when you go to dance parties, you just got to remain somewhat sober when you leave. That's what it is. Sorry, Trish. Your operation.
Yeah. So anyway, Matt came in to visit after I had surgery. So he walks in because he was going off to work later, and he sits down. And he sits up, takes his belt off. I'm like, all right, weirdo. Next minute, he gets back up, goes to take his jumper off, and his shirt comes off just as the nurse is walking in. Like, she just starts laughing, and I'm like, what is this, like some sort of strippogram? And then I was sick at one stage. I was feeling nauseous and had to vomit. And I was trying to make myself sick, and it just wasn't working, like from the side of my bed. So Matt went, oh, here, I'll do it. I went, okay. But he didn't get the concept that, because he's coming at me from the side. So I ended up with his fingers on the roof of my mouth, so all I could do was laugh.
Trish
Didn't transpire very
Trish
well.
actually had her eyes shut, and
Interesting.
How was the gag? How was the
That's
gag
not
reflex,
funny.
Trishi?
Yeah, it wasn't gagging, honey. That's it. I'm not talking anymore.
Is that usual for her, Dad?
what's that?
No
Really?
gag reflex?
Is that really appropriate?
Honestly, I had the two fingers trying to push it. I actually realised I was pushing the roof of the mouth.
I was instead of my little... What is that little thing called, that little...
Punching bag.
No. What?
Tonsils.
Why would you say that? Well, no, it's not.
Yeah, no,
It's
the
like
little
that bag,
dangling.
like the speed bag.
You know what I mean? The speed bag.
Oh, sorry. Good. Speed bag is in boxing, not the usual bags you carry of speed. So yeah,
Do you know what
speed
a-
bag.
You totally lost me.
Do you know
on
what the
that.
speed? You know where people do that?
No. It's actually at the back of your tongue on the bottom. There's something you touch that makes you vomit.
I've never.
God, don't know about that.
know.
I don't have one
you've
of
got
those.
short fingers. You don't reach it. Yeah, no, there's a little thing. It's like a little lizard's flap, if you like.
I'm sorry.
Told ya.
I'm learning
I
something.
touch it now.
You reptile.
I think you're confusing the vagina.
Cuba.
Sorry. Hey, Dad, have you got a red hot question
Oh,
today?
hang on. What? There's Trish got a little bit more to go.
Oh, Matt wants to hear this because he's really made it. Whilst I was in hospital, he was in there with me and he missed the question. Question, which ex-NRL player brought out the alter ego Reg Reagan? And the woman got it straight up.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, which takes me back to one a few years ago. And do you know what, guys? Yes. What show was it on, Trish?
It was on. That was on the Chase.
Wasn't on Tipping Point. No, it was the Chase. Okay, just give me talk freely amongst yourselves. I've just got something for you.
It's all right. We don't really care if you don't.
I've actually got a little quiz for you all today. 6 questions, very simple. So make sure you've got a pen and paper handy.
Oh, really?
Uh huh.
Interesting.
Okay. A few years ago on The Chase, a woman was asked a question. I've got it on my phone, but I can't find it. They said, what is the name of the retired rugby league star who went by the nickname Joey? And she replied, no idea. So there you go. Oh yeah, one for the good guys.
Mate, you're not bitter at all. Keeping that in your files.
All the best in Cook Islands, bro.
Hey, Trisha, you got a quiz for us while we're on quizzes?
I do. Okay, grab your pen and paper, people. It's a nice, quick one for everyone, and you'll learn a little something. Are you ready?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Which sweats more, a pig or an ape?
Okay, jot that down.
Do flamingos bend from their ankle or their knee?
Yeah.
Which can hold their breath longer, a sloth or a dolphin?
Oh,
Cobber's over there,
I know, I like it when
He's
you're having to
doing-
look up to the stars.
algebra over there.
what else?
Looking up the sky. Going,
Number
God,
4.
help me.
This is a nice quick one. Which country banned chewing gum? Is it China, Singapore, Canada or France?
Gee, that's a lot.
Well, we call that multiple choice, Cooper, so you get a choice.
Yeah, suits you. People have got no idea about anything. Just have a guess.
But it's got a 25% chance.
That's exactly right. Pick something, brother. Number 5, original purpose of bubble wrap. What was it? Was it as insulation, as packaging, as wallpaper, or for cleaning? Bubble wrap. Was it for insulation, packaging, wallpaper, or cleaning?
Yeah.
And I've seen this, what shape is wombat poo? Is it cylinder? Or is it a cylinder, a pyramid, a cube, or a sphere? Okay, so you've got 6 questions there. So wombat poo, cylinder, pyramid, cube, or a sphere.
Awesome.
Okay.
Right
What
out.
did we have?
How about you ask us and we'll...
Ask you the question. We'll
Okay, which sweats more, a pig or an ape? But keeping in mind, you're sweating like a pig, the saying.
go, Jack. What did you have?
Ape.
I had ape because, sorry, Coop.
I had pig.
No, I had ape because pigs don't sweat.
That's it. Well, they do, but very minimally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
which
That's
is
why
ironic, the saying, sweating like a pig.
And it's why a lot of people won't eat pigs because they say that there's toxins because they don't sweat the toxins out. Yeah.
Which could be true.
Okay, next one.
Okay, flamingos, do they bend from their ankle or their knee, Jack?
Knee.
I've gone knee.
Ankle.
It's ankle.
Oh, 1-1. This is
Yeah.
exciting.
I initially thought knee as well. Okay, which can hold their breath longer, a sloth or a dolphin? Coop, we'll start with you this time.
Sloth.
I've gone a sloth because they've got a slow heartbeat. They can hold longer.
Dolphin.
No, it's sloth.
Yeah, interesting.
Because
Yeah.
sloth actually can travel underwater as well.
Yeah.
Slow.
Yeah.
Only slow.
Okay, which country banned chewing gum? I've known this. It's happened for a number of years, and if you older people probably know, younger people probably don't. Jack?
Singapore.
Yes.
Yes.
I've gone Singapore.
Cooper?
Well, you said yes, so I'm going to change my answer from France to Singapore.
No, I've gone France.
It is. It's Singapore, and it's been for a very long
Oh,
time.
mate, since the 70s.
I wonder what happens to you if you're caught chewing gum.
I've got it right here for you.
What?
Because we've got something coming up a bit later that I chose this exact law.
Oh,
I swear,
really?
Yeah, I swear. So if you're chewing, you're fined. Okay, the Singapore chewing gum penalty is very similar to littering fines, where you get fined $500 to $1,000 first offence, and any repeat offenders, it's $2,000.
Wow.
Geez, that's steep, isn't it?
yeah.
For Wrigley's. Extra. Hubba bubba.
Okay, this is a really interesting one. I like this one. Original purpose of bubble wrap, was it as insulation, packaging, wallpaper, or cleaning? Matthew, I'm going to start with you this time.
Insulation.
I'm going to go with wallpaper.
Yeah, I said insulation. I said insulation.
I thought insulation as well, but it was actually designed as wallpaper.
Yeah.
Textured wallpaper.
I'm thinking like psych rooms. They put wall.
Padded. Yeah. So it was
that's-
actually designed as wallpaper, but it failed and went into insulation and packaging.
Yeah, right.
Okay, and lastly, what shape is wombat poo? Is it a cylinder, a pyramid, a cube, or a sphere? Cooper?
I said cylinder.
No.
Yeah, I've gone cylindrical as well.
No. Matthew?
It's a cube.
It's a cube. We've seen that before.
How the hell does it come out as a cube?
I don't know. It must be the design of their...
Is their
They
anus
think in-
cube
They
shape?
think in
Their
3 dimensions
intestine.
and they
Yeah,
shit
I
in 3
know.
dimensions.
Yeah. It's a cube. Okay.
I'm checking this, by the way. You keep going.
You can. Who got... What was the highest?
I got 4.
I got 3.
Coop?
I got 2.
Oh, Matthew, you're the winner. You often win, don't you? Just a clever
Yeah, good.
guesser. All right. Matthew, what is your red hot question for this week?
Okay, now my red hot question of the week is going to be this. if you had to be president or prime minister, well, you have to be. You've got to be president or prime minister of any country in the world, not Australia. Which country would it be? Why? What would your first policy be? And who would be your deputy?
This
Whether
is
it be
so
vice
hard.
president or what do they call it? What do you call it?
Deputy.
Deputy prime minister. Okay, Trish, you lead off.
This is really hard. I went through a whole lot of things. You know, my mind first went, my capitalist side went straight to the Cayman Islands.
Oh, God.
And tax.
Well, don't worry.
Low tax.
They all got exposed recently. Yeah, they got done.
So anyway, the better part of myself came through, and I'm basing it all on welfare and primarily children's welfare, because if you develop good children and they're coming through well, then they're going to be your adults of the future.
So what country is it?
I don't know. I really wanted to make it Australia, but I just went Fiji.
Fiji.
Just because
Okay.
it's a beautiful location. And my deputy, I'm going to take Jackie Saddington, because she really does have people's welfare at heart.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She drive her mad.
I've gone with.
Absolutely drive her mad. She's getting madder. Like a mad woman. Shit.
We might be economically not sound, but our people will be good. We'll have
I've
good
gone with
people.
Singapore, as you all would have probably guessed, and my deputy, I'm going with our Lord and Saviour Peter Volandis.
Oh, smart.
And my first law would be I'd increase the fines for chewing gum because I'm a mad dictator.
Hang on, which is ironic
half
because
right.
you often chew gum.
Oh no, it wouldn't apply to me.
Oh,
This would be a full-blown dictatorship.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're the strong man.
yeah.
Coops?
Hey, I would be a New Zealand. I would want to be the Prime Minister of New Zealand. My deputy would be none other than New Zealand's favourite son, Brandon Smith.
Oh,
I would put him down. And then my first law would be, I've always thought about it, building either a tunnel or a highway that leads from New Zealand to Australia.
Jesus, that's long.
Yeah, right.
Jeez.
I love
It
it.
would certainly help with the import exportation of toot too.
Can I just ask how the flight? So Sydney to, for example, Auckland, 3 hours. 3 hours roughly.
3.5 about.
3.5. Paris, London. What's that flight usually?
Flight.
That's only about an hour?
That'd take you about 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
Okay, yeah. So that's a hell of a long tunnel.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking of the
Sort of
train.
think
No,
it is.
I know, but I'm talking about. I mean, the fast train now between London and Paris for that short period of a flight.
Jack's done it. How long is that? The fast train.
From London to Paris, it's 2 hours.
Yeah,
Is
you
that
know what
too
I
late?
mean.
Two and a bit maybe.
Yeah,
I can't
but
remember.
what I'm saying is the distance between like Sydney and Auckland, for example, is far longer. So
Yeah. Okay.
is that viable?
We'll have to cancel that policy.
I like it in the future.
It's not a bad idea. Under tunnels, maybe somewhere that is so big that it's like basically planes that fly under the ocean, underneath, in tunnels. Actually, that's ridiculous. I'll just leave that.
Hey,
Yeah,
I just
right.
want to know because Cooper really thinks ahead here. What to fund this tunnel, Cooper? What would you be cutting money from?
Oh
Our schools.
no,
Yeah, I
because
think-
they have a great education system over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
That's
stop
why
it.
I'm big on weakening a strength in order to sort of strengthen a weakness. So I think probably take it, particularly out of preschool,
Yeah,
Oh my God.
totally.
taking money out of preschools, yeah.
Orphanages,
Oh, stop it.
roads rubbish, hospitals.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's-
Rambo could stitch himself up. Why can't anyone else? Pain don't hurt. One of the great lines from Patrick Swayze, I think, in Roadhouse. Got that one wrong.
Did
I
he?
thought it was First Blood, but no, Patrick Swayze.
Have you
What
seen?
about
have
you? Oh,
have
sorry.
you seen the new Roadhouse, Cooper?
Oh, shite.
Yeah, I didn't. We started watching it the other day. Got about halfway through it. Conor McGregor overacting at its finest, Cobber.
He's a notorious overactor.
Mate, it was a bit of Nicolas Cage about his performance.
Yeah, it was. It lacked charm. It
know-
lacked likability.
I usually like Jake Gyllenhaal. He's usually quite
He's
good.
okay.
But
Yeah.
it was a bit cringy, wasn't
He's
it?
a little earnest. Stephen.
Sorry?
Earnest.
Do you boys have you watched anything of the Met Gala? Do you know
No.
what that is? Do you
yeah.
even know what it is?
I saw what like the people going in, like your Adrian
Yeah.
Brody's and all your fashion
It's
people
massive.
and your Kardashians and
Yeah.
whatnot. What is it?
It's the major fundraiser for the New York Museum, the Met gallery. And like I think a ticket was $113,000
Is that all?
Buy 6.
One ticket, and you have to be invited.
So you have to be invited.
Yeah,
and
Anna Wintour, the Vogue editor, it's her baby, if you like, and she gets to cull and.
So what's the purpose of it?
It's a fundraiser, but it also showcases some of the designers.
Oh, okay. Who are some of the famous designers this year that would?
Alexander McQueen is always big on there. Victoria Beckham was worn by the Bridgerton actress, which I thought was actually a really beautiful and feminine. The theme, it has a theme every year. This year it was Sleeping Beauty, and the dress was beautiful. So
Did you say McQueen or Queen? Who was that?
Alexander McQueen. All of the designers.
Who does Alexander McQueen represent? Like, does she represent a
He's-
massive label, or is
It's
his
a
own
he
thing?
and it's him.
Right. Okay.
He actually designed Prince. Anesthetic brain. Harry's wife, not Harry's wife.
Meghan
Kate,
Markle.
Princess Kate's
the
wedding
nice
dress.
one. The nice one.
Yeah.
Wedding dress and the bridesmaids. Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
yeah, huge,
Oh, so huge.
huge.
Because it's
Oh, yeah,
interesting. You get invited, but you got to pay $113,000 a ticket. It's
Yeah.
like the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Do you know they nominate you, but you've got to pay.
Oh, do you? You have to pay to have it done.
Yes, you got to pay to have it done.
Yeah.
So it's not really you wouldn't say. I mean, it is a tribute of sorts, but they go, okay, Jake Johns,
you
you're
can pay.
nominated for what you did in Finding Emo, and you go, right? Oh, fantastic.
Sorry.
Where do you want
Sorry.
to go down?
Finding emo.
Let me just go back to that for a second. Finding emo.
Yeah,
What's it about? Like goth kids or?
yeah, it is. That's what it is.
Right. Okay.
Finding yourself a coming of age story.
Kids who wear like black fingernail
Polish.
polish, black eyeliner, black
Drink
lipstick, and ride skateboards.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it is. And they meet a bloody death.
Oh no.
I've gone Argentina, by the way.
Long way around that one, didn't we, Cobber?
Yeah, we did. That's all right. We got all
Went to
around the
Greece.
Cape of Good Hope, South American continent, down through Chile, Bolivia, and now we're at Argentina. I love the people. I really like Argentinian people. Love the country. And feel from they've had horrible leaders in the past, ruled by a military junta. In fact,
Sorry, what's a military junta?
that's where a military takes over the country
Oh.
and runs a dictatorship. They had an awful one there for a long time. And they were, they would go and just basically abduct, kidnap people, murder people. It was prolific. In fact, if you go to Buenos Aires, there's a thing called the Plaza de Mayo, where the mothers or sisters and that still to this day of their children, whether it be young or adult children, were kidnapped by the military dictatorship. Yeah, it's still a thing there. So, and at the moment, the one that got in that they got a new president, Javier Milei. When he came in, he's a far right government. He stood at his victory rally and brandished a chainsaw, was waving a
Oh, my
chainsaw
Lord.
around. So yeah, it's
I
fair
had
to
a,
say that might be.
I'd wanted to go there, now I don't.
I had
Yeah.
a massive night out with a few Argentinians when I would have been quite young. It was 2018, so
Diego Maradona, Lionel Messi.
in Japan, Cobber.
Oh, did
I
ya?
went to Golden Guy one night. Me and a mate, and they spoke. It was like three guys. You've got to buy your seats in those little bars in
Yep.
the Golden Guy area. Bought our seats, and they had really broken English, and basically we just used the names Messi and Di Maria, who to basically befriend them, and then we ended up have a massive night. They were good fellas too.
Argentinians are supposed to be wonderful people.
Yeah.
Very similar to Australians, they say. Well, they view themselves as not necessarily. They view themselves very much European. Like they say that the city most like Europe is Buenos Aires. A little bit of Santiago, but mainly Buenos Aires.
You know what reminds me a lot of Europe? Queenstown, New Zealand.
Switzerland, they say.
Oh,
Yes.
it's beautiful.
My policy my deputy, first of all, will be Sam Burgess, because I just love the way, I love what he would do to the opposition leader. There was in the tunnel the other day, Richie Myler from Hull, and Sam just walked straight through and give him the big bump. So I like to, he's the strong man in my cabinet.
Because there was a bit of an issue with the interchange. I don't know the exact details. It's quite confusing, to be honest, how it was. But I think Hull sort of limited them in that capacity of
Yes.
what the wrong team sheet went out. And there was an interchange lost, and I think Hull sort of played hardball
they
with
did.
it. And then,
Yeah, the CEO of Hull was standing in the tunnel, recently retired player Richie Myler, who's not a big guy, and Sam just walked straight down the tunnel. Richie Myler didn't move, and Sam basically walked over him.
Good. And tell me, who won?
Warrington.
Good.
Yeah, they won by a bit.
How's Hull going?
They're having a bludger of a year. I think it's the worst start in the club's history.
It sounds like the worst organised club I've ever heard of.
Well, be careful because their fans.
Well, I think their fans would agree.
Yeah, no, you're probably
I
right.
actually think that their fans would agree with
Of
me.
course, because your godson was there.
Yeah.
Tex, and he was gone, and
Yeah.
KR's going.
And then they
and they sacked the coach.
yeah, which probably should have happened first.
Before
maybe.
they got rid of Tex.
Yeah.
KR is going. Willie Peters they're killing it. I got my man Suase Su, Jesse. He's over there. He's a champion fella too.
Oh, he's a
him and his
great
wife
fella.
Liz. They're a lovely family. It's good to see him going well. Willie Peters, I had him as assistant at South and at Newcastle.
Yeah,
It's good to see Willie going well.
Good to see him going well. It's a club with high expectations, and he's a nervous fellow, Willie. So it's good to know, mate. He's had a bit of a personality transformation to be a coach. Yeah, it's good. It's good to see. What would my policy be? Well, I'd adopt the US dollar because their economy, the Argentinian peso. I'm just guessing Argentinian peso. I'm not sure.
I'll Google it.
It's just so erratic, and the US dollar is huge on the black market over there. Huge. If you carry US dollars there, then you get stuff for a lot cheaper.
Peso. Argentine peso.
Peso. There you go. Well, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about other countries' currencies. Welcome back to the John's Family Podcast. We're about to talk about other countries' currencies out there. But we've been superseded by Gav on his final episode here, his final appearance on the John's Family Podcast. He's come out with a fun fact about wombats. They said if you got Usain Bolt and a wombat to have a 100-metre race, the wombat would win by 20 metres.
That's crazy.
Gav, have you been into Trish's stash?
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
Okay, can you do some fact check?
I've heard something similar about like Olympic weightlifters, like I've heard them that because they're so explosive, the first 10 metres or something like that, they would beat those Olympic sprinters.
Jack, it was the big thing. We had a strength and conditioner called Ashley Jones who came to us. And before he came to us, he was at a big university in America with the American football program. And he said those huge, big linebackers who were like 150 kilos, they'd get them over and race them against guys who were trialling to be in the 100 metres Olympics, and they'd beat them over 20 metres.
It's crazy.
The big guys, they're just packed full of power.
Mate, there are some
packed
players,
full of goodness.
Cooper?
Hey, sorry guys, I've just done some fact checking, and Gav is right. However, the Wombat would not beat Bolt's best ever run. His best ever run is at 44 kilometres per hour, whereas a Wombat runs at 40 kilometres per hour. So, but on average, Usain Bolt's run was 38 kilometres per hour. So it would beat him on average.
So once they take off, we've got some speed.
Wow. Sorry, Gav. I'm so sorry to call you out like that.
Yeah, why would you doubt Gavin, especially on his final day with us?
You know what, Gav? I'm so angry. This is your last show. You're done.
Wouldn't be phenomenal. Dude, phenomenal leg speed. Must be just full of fast twitch fibre. Couldn't you eat wombat?
Ooh. Probably not.
I don't
I'd
know
love
if
to have
you'd
a
want
crack.
to.
I'd
Oh,
love.
Do you mean morally?
Gee, they have like mange.
Yeah, I'd love to have a crack. Just skin them.
Don't.
What?
Yuck.
Hey, on that, Cobber, we're talking about, you get your Roger Fabries and you get your different people from those sort of sporting backgrounds trying to get the NRL to do like a combine sort of a thing. Mm-hmm. I think what they should just do is everyone's monitored via GPS. They should just make the GPS technology. The NRL should try and get the GPS technology has to be given in to the NRL. All the data has to be, and then they go off that data. Because I'll tell you right now, every club would know exactly who's their fastest, how quick they are over every 10 metres, whether it be the first 10 metres or the third or whatever it is. Because you get the acceleration on some players, like Dom Young. Like Dom can...
I think you've got to go through the RLPA. They wanted all the data, you might remember. What they were going to do with that data, who knows? Maybe bury it somewhere.
Yeah, what is the point of the data?
Oh, it's to manage you. Like, if you're... You mean from a team's perspective of knowing the data? Well, head of performances need to manage loads. So, like, say, for instance, back end of a year, if you're in an NRL scheme, don't laugh, Cooper. You manage your own load, brother. What they do is, so like at the end of a season, or if you've been in a club for multiple years, they'll backtrack it and all that sort of stuff. They can compare the start after major injuries or whatnot. But they can manage the exact amount of metres you ran in an entire year. Because on the training field and playing, you've got the GPS data all there. So, like, you might have some players that on average run more in a game for whatever reason, whether it's bog trotting in a certain way or whatever it is. And essentially it can let them know from the data they've got, you know, how to rest players, recovery. If someone's, if someone's, for instance, not as quick as they were a couple of weeks ago, they'll try and figure out why.
Yeah.
They'll go back on it, whether they did a weight session beforehand or they did a weight session after. Like, they try and compile every sort of bit of information they can to try and get the team performing at the highest level.
Peak performance.
At that, yeah.
I've got an idea for some software, Jack. I've got some idea.
here
I
we
was
go.
going to say.
Well, don't tell us.
I was going to say it live, but I'm just going to basically hold it back, and we're going to talk about it after.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need a retirement
You
plan.
got any feedback, Trish?
No.
Well, Gav, it's been a pleasure. The way you've built this podcast up, you're going to be sorely missed. And we should introduce the new member of our team.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Tabby, you here for the long haul?
We've got Tabby here.
Are you feeling confident?
Yeah. Tabby, where are you from? Born in the UK.
Whereabouts?
Portsmouth, down south.
Hey, aren't you like a pirate? Don't they speak like pirates
Well,
down at
I
Portsmouth?
often say down at Portsmouth, down Southampton and Portsmouth, they speak with that little bit of a twang and that sounds
it like a pirate?
It does,
Like a
because
pirate.
down Portsmouth and Bristol, that's where all the pirates come from. Blackbeard's real name was Edward Thatch, and he came from Bristol. So there you go.
He's got lots of facts. Don't you worry.
Prepared to learn
Some are
lots.
even true. Yes.
Some might be true. Yeah.
But Gav, we've loved it, mate. Thank you so much. Good luck with Hadley and the big man and Levy, and of course Piggy Riddell. But Gav, good on you, pal. Should we do a little bit of song to finish with?
I think
What,
so.
what are you thinking? It better be good. You got a request, Gav?
Goes. What's that?
these eyes, you know, from Superbad, Cobber.
No, that's yours. Cooper, you do it.
These eyes.
These eyes cry every night. Oh, you, the heart and love me, babe. And
Not bad, kid. Well done.
Thanks,
Oh,
God.
thank you, Gav. We will miss you. We really will.
Sundown, you better
Zip it, mate.
Oh, Gav, good on you. Good on you, everyone. Welcome to the team, Tabby. And look after yourselves, people. And you know the old story. If there's a wombat there, you better shoot it, because you ain't going to outrun it. Bye.
Don't shoot the wombat.
Don't chop the dinosaur, Daddy.
Oh, keep that in. Keep that in.